Thank you so much for joining me on my video cast series. So nice to have you. We'll jump right into it. Tell me what interested you in starting your business.
Hey, Shayna. Thanks so much for having me. I'm Galit. I'm a commercial realtor in Ottawa. I help residential investors transition into commercial world, whether it's residential multifamily properties or light industrial and retail plazas. That's my main focus. I also help people to find leases for their businesses, if it's a retail location or a light industrial space like a garage or a warehouse or anything like that. So I support that, but my main focus is on investment properties, whether it's buying or selling. I came to Canada 6 years ago with my family. Back then, we were just me, my husband, and our two small kids. With COVID, I had to step back from my previous occupation. I changed my location, my country, my language. I should change my profession as well. COVID helped us a lot because it gave me a little bit of free space to calm my life and like find the peace and the quiet and look deeper in what I find interesting. And I love real estate. I always love real estate, but I never had the impression that I can somehow get into real estate. And right now, like at this point, when I immigrated and I had an opportunity to stop my life for a second and think, where do I want to go and how I want it to look like? So I said, okay, real estate for sure. And I started to educate myself. I started to read a lot of books and podcasts and learning about the market. And then we decided, when we landed in Canada, we moved to Winnipeg. And with time, we decided to move on and we moved to Ottawa. So coming here and not knowing anyone, if I want to be in real estate, I should be a real estate agent, and that build my community, get to know the environment, and use this tool to educate myself more.
Hmm. Wow. That's incredible. A great journey to where you are. I love that. I think that not enough people allow themselves to, or even have the ability to find that time to figure out, what they actually enjoy and what that could look like in a career change with everything that you had going on. It could probably be very scary, but good for you for doing that and taking that leap. And I love real estate, so everything you're saying, resonates, but I haven't taken that leap yet. And I know you and I are going to connect on that hopefully soon. But did you, with everything that you have going on and being in this so far, is it what you thought it was going to be like in terms of the experience as a real estate agent? And essentially you're running your own business, right? Like you have to hustle and you have to do all the things. So is it what you thought it was going to be in reality, or is it completely different?
Well, it's funny that you ask, because a lot of people are thinking, okay, so she's a real estate agent. She probably makes a lot of money and like boom, boom, sell and buy and everything. So, yes, it's definitely very different than what I've expected it to be, because when I wanted to learn about real estate, I wanted to learn about real estate. But as I got my license, I understood that the license is the easy part. And then being a real estate agent is building your own business. So it involves so many things that not necessarily related directly to real estate. So while I needed to educate myself on the real estate aspect, especially since I decided to focus on commercial, which is totally different market than residential,
Yeah.
I saw that it requires so much more. So you need to know social media, and you need to know how to financially build the business, right? You need to do all this tracking. And what else? You need to build the CRM, the systems, how to make your business work properly. So it's not just take a real estate property, analyze if it works, boom, 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 boom. It's more, much more to it. So it's a really business on its own. You need to manage your time properly. You need to manage your schedule properly. It's a business on its own.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, and I felt that being one person, I suddenly need to be 10 of them. And especially that I'm a mom for 3 young kids, it became very overwhelming very fast.
Oh yeah, I can only imagine. Was there a moment that along the journey so far that you're like, this isn't going to work out? I need to change careers, and sort of what happened when that happened?
Oh, so many times. It's like day in, day out, right? So you have second thoughts. Am I crazy? What am I doing? Why am I doing this to myself? Like, yeah, so for sure. There is a book that's called Roller Coaster Entrepreneur. So, and it's exactly like that, right? You're up, you're down, you're with your heads below your knees, and it's all over the place. So, yes, for sure, 100%. I think it's normal, first and foremost. If anyone have that feeling, yes, 100%. This is our entrepreneur journey. It's never always going up,
Yes.
never. So, what helped for me is having a great support at home. So, my husband has my full support. So, if I fall, he always helped me get up. He
Oh,
always, yeah, I have an incredible husband and I adore him for that. So, he managed to push me forward every time. He always reminds me that tomorrow is a new day. And if not every day is a great day, and it's okay. It's
yeah.
okay.
100%. It's so good to have a support system like that around you, picking somebody up, especially as a business owner, because, like you said, the ebbs and flows of it, and you have to be okay with the downtime, but you have to make sure that obviously you're still growing. There can't be too many downtimes, but it really can play a lot on your emotions as a whole, questioning if that's the right direction. But it's good that you're pushing through, and again, that you have that support that somebody's like, no, you can do this, keep doing what you're doing. And yeah, it's huge. So is there something that, in business, I always say, all the hats that you're wearing and things that people aren't really seeing. But so is there something as a business owner that from the outside, and I know you talked a little bit from the real estate side, is there something that people don't see from the work that you're doing, especially with your clients that I know you're probably hustling. It doesn't look like just because you got a lead doesn't mean it's like one and done. It's like there's so much you have to do behind it. So tell me a little bit more about what that looks like.
Well, I think that with today's social media, you basically see everything, right? And the more you show, the more people like admire you and say, wow, it's so awesome. So I network a lot, but people think that like I network for to make my business grow. And I do agree with that as I
Yeah.
want my business to grow. But I found with the time that I'm in this business that networking is one of the things that bring me lots and lots of energy. And apparently, also, it was quite a journey. And I was very amazed by that my purpose, my big purpose in life is to connect people, and
Mhm.
it brings me so much joy. So if I have the opportunity to introduce one business owner or one person to someone that might help or might get help from someone else and not necessarily include me in the process, it will probably bring me a lot of joy.
I feel like you and I are similar on that. That's a big reason why I'm doing these video casts is because, again, it's that connecting the community and connecting other people. And that's a big reason why I'm doing this. So I love that. And that being around people, the energy, there's a lot of people that sucks their energy. And then there's a lot of people that being around people gives them energy. I'm similar to you. It's like I didn't realize that until COVID hit and you're sort of not talking to people. And then all of a sudden you're in rooms and you're engaging. You're like, and I come home and I'm ready to go. Like I feel like I can run a marathon after that, just based on the energy levels that I have. And that's probably a part of entrepreneurship, or hopefully having that is like being around people, and that energy is like you're supporting other people and teams and leading and growing, depending on the business, of course. Okay, so has there been, hopefully not, but has there any
Like to talk about them as mistakes is more of a learning path, right? So, yes, of course. So there were people that I was engaged with that showed their wrong faces. There were people that I thought I can work with. And then because we didn't have any contract signed, I was like building the relationship on trust, and they are not to be trusted.
Right.
So I don't know if I can put my finger on some kind of a big mistake or not. However, I can tell you that I learned a lot about values during my learning process and my educational period. And I learned that it's highly important to align yourself with people who share your values, and otherwise, no matter what you would try to build with them, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
I think the biggest revolution for me on growing my business is to find the people that align with your values.
I love that. So what keeps you going on the tough days?
Oh, what keeps me going on the tough days? My husband, first and foremost, right? So whenever I have a bad day, I know this is the person that I go to, whether it's for a hug or a kick in the ass. For whatever I need, he's my go-to person, 100%. Another thing that keeps me going is that we follow a lot of people, right, on social media. So I try to be very focused on the people that I follow. And I read a lot of books, like personal development books and business books. I read a lot. And no matter who I listen to and how many books of his I read, of him I read or listen to something on social media or YouTube or anything, they always say never give up, right? So I don't think there's one person who said, well, don't be consistent. You still, like, if it's in your stars, you will still reach it, right? You will still be a millionaire. So every person who reached to a point that worth listening to him, they always say, be consistent. Don't give up. Just keep going, even if it's a small step every day, but keep doing it. So I do that. And even if I have bad days, like if I don't feel good or I don't have the willpower, I just do it, right? So I always don't remember in which book or where I read it, but someone said, if you're an Olympic athlete, you reach to that point if you did what you had to do on a consistent way, right? Every day. Or you couldn't just get up, say, okay, I just want to go to sleep, boom, and cover yourself with a blanket and still become an athlete, right? I find a lot of strength in because I don't allow my moods to impact what I need to do. I know that I need to do it, I do it, and whether I like it or not, just do it, and that's it, and it will be okay. And the third thing, and I think this is one of the most important, I have a very, very strong vision for my future, for my life and my goals, what I want to be. So wherever I find myself that in a position that I said, I don't care, I just want to rest, I just want to do something, I know that I will prevent my vision to become reality if I'll allow myself to be impacted by the motivation that I have that day.
Yeah, incredible. So helpful and such great tips for other entrepreneurs. That's just like, just keep going. And I love the athlete analogy because you're right. You can't just stay in bed and hope that they're going to be a marathon runner. It's every day practicing and getting stronger and better. On that note, thank you so much for your time today and sharing your experiences building your business, taking a change in your career and rebuilding from scratch in a new country. And if anybody wants to get a hold of you to talk real estate, how can they reach you?
I have my pages on social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I'm available on my phone, so you can put my personal information with my email, and I'll be happy to assist in any way I can.
Well, keeping that connector, and really appreciate all of your insights and time today.
Thank you so much. I enjoyed the conversation with you.